Blessings, welcome forward to Reasonings Right at the Trail Life. I'm your host, the Great Owl, in the presence of my co-host, Brother Ramon Singh. We're here at Nice River, in Milegully, Jamaica. And sometimes when you start shoot, the light change from one level to another. So it was bright and sunny before, and now it's kind of overcast and rainy, and the mosquitoes are out. So if you see me doing this, it's not just giving praises, it's actually trying to keep them out of my face. For real. But yes, once again, blessings, welcome forward. Perfect love, Brother Singh.
Perfect love.
Perfect love.
Perfect love.
So in this moment, we're gonna talk about a little bit about yoga. I did a video before, when I was the primal presenter on yoga, and I guess one of the differentials is that I personally never really did yoga in the movement. Hallelujah, I never did. Right? I just did stretching, and the natural feeling of the spirit told me to release the energy, the nadis, and to flow the flow of the energy. However, Brother Singh, as well as Mystic Kush, I spent a lot of time along with my ex-girlfriend around the yoga movement, and also around the movement of ayahuasca. So I have it close by, but I've never really done it, So, Brother Singh, what angle do you want to take this particular look at yoga? From what angle are you steering this analysis, this experiential view?
Yes, yoga. Along my new age journey, before I met Christ, I was deep in yoga because I was the #1 photographer for all the yoga sessions in Kingston area. So I was taking part as well in the yoga. Come I say, because I was in this Christ conscious seeking mind, and yoga was part of it. So I say, okay, many different teachers, 7 teachers, 7 different days.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, man. So why not learn? So other than take it, cause at first I was taking the photos,
Yes.
But after I took the right amount of photos, I said, well,
might as well,
we can just participate, because if we continue to take photos throughout the whole session, we could come out with thousands of photos.
Oh.
So in order to come out with like 50 photos,
Yes,
just take the 50 photos and then take part in the, the practice.
Yes. So you join them in the actual, doing off the sessions.
Yeah, man. Deep in a yoga. When we get home now, we go up on my rooftop and yoga, because people can research and say, oh, yoga is healthy, it's beneficial, it's good to stretch. And I say, yeah. As a Christ conscious person now, we can say, yeah. It's good to stretch.
Yeah, you're keeping in sync with good health.
But it's not good to do yoga.
Yes. So you have since changed your position from appreciating it and being deeply involved to not being involved.
Yes, I.
And that came because of your awakening through Christ?
Yes, I. Yeah, man, because we learn that the fallen ones. Can we give thanks to the book of Enoch still, It teach me about the fallen ones and about them activities and how them corrupt mankind,
Understood.
So I said, John, know the fallen ones and them give away yoga, the meditation and the whole of that, astral projection,
Because a lot of people in the modern age, they say, well, I do yoga and it don't belong to any particular spiritual grouping, but they are mistaken. Because in the video I did, I said, when you tell me about yoga, don't tell me about somebody who's practicing yoga. Tell me about a yogini, tell me about a yogi. And if you can tell me about a yogi, then I'll pay attention to something that you're saying might be interested enough that I can gather some information of spiritual enlightenment or spiritual food. Beyond that, people who are stretching is no different from Pilates to me, but I'm not going to concentrate on it and making it that simple. just because I have that other video up on the channel. But the issue I wanted to say, the thing I wanted to say about yoga now is this: because they don't know that it is a spiritual system that is more than just some mantras and pose, but lifestyle and asceticism, right?
Yeah, man.
And so there are the yogi life and lifestyle, which is nothing like self-pleasing and stretching and feeling the fullness of your sexual orifice. It's deeper, far more intrinsic with the search for the higher self. So in some regard, I can see why versions of it have been translated, mistranslated, and completely removed from the ancient practice, and then brought now out of its Hinduism origin, right? And some of the origins, not just Hinduism, but from, you know, Kemetian times coming through, but it's from ancient times, right? But the system was different. And now we have this modern system, which is like a cut and paste. So here's why I'm laying that preamble out before you jump on me. If it's a cut and paste, people truly do not know. So even though you can say, oh, it's not a religion, it's just a spiritual system, you do not know what those poses in the ultimate true original sense mean. It's not just to free nadis. Certain position open the nadis to certain types of energies. We know energy beings exist outside of our frequency. A lot of the poses of yoga looks like possession, takrabi. Looks like being demonically possessed. Because remember, which a lot of people don't know, Brother Ramon, the physical stature of demons aren't as the physical stature of human beings in most circumstances. Demons have a biological, behavioral appearance that is far different. That's why when humans are possessed, if you notice, the human shoulders and the diaphragm stretches outwards and the shoulders get elongated because of how demons are the ones that possessing that individual. Notice certain poses when you go like this, there's another demon that is shaped this other way, that when you go like that and people say you're releasing energy, you're actually in sequence, sorry Baba, with that entity. So when people are possessed by these entities, they do these weird, aerodynamically, almost seem to defy the laws of the human body. In what now becomes how they can contort the body. Because these entities that possess the body, these energies that take over the body, are not in the human form. So why is that important? 16 points of air pressure the human body exerts standing up. 8 sitting down. 16 lying down, rather. 8 standing up, 4 sitting down. That is 8 pints of air pressure lying down, 16 pints of air pressure lying down, 8 pints of air pressure standing up, and 4 pints of air pressure sitting down. I don't know what's trying to confuse me, right? And so the biological system has a memory of its deportment, of its nature. Now when you contort your body outside of the parameters of its nature, you are inviting something else. Now people can say, no, it's just this, it's just that. Have you noticed if you're trying to mimic a dog, what do? Get down on all fours, right? So when you're inviting these entities, their biological forms is these contortions. And I'm not saying every pose is this, I'm saying quite a lot of the poses are like that. And so this is my original reason for not even appreciating. First, I didn't like it vibrationally, and then second, when I saw the poses, hallelujah, I was just shocked. And I wasn't so deep in the faith when the movement started, because I remember when the movement started, it was about the same time I came to Christ here, but there was a little gap before that when it was still happening, and people were talking about Hermetic yoga, because maybe they thought they didn't want to sell this Hindu version or this European, version. So
Yes, sir.
it really did take over for a while, and right now it's everywhere. And we're talking in relation to what we saw happening in Jamaica, and you might be living in a place where it is your culture to express through yoga. You can leave a comment if you're watching from a place where yoga isn't just what is being told to us in the West, so maybe somebody can understand what we're saying, what I'm saying, where we're coming from. We are relating to the dangers of inviting into yourself behaviors, beliefs, and attitudes which you have no biological, historical, anthropological connections to. Khare Baba.
You have video evidence out there now. If anybody wants, they can research and find people doing yoga, and while doing yoga, they get possessed by demons. You see me? Yoga sessions, people just jump up and possess. You see me? Because we now say the chakra thing not real. You see me? Chakra real.
Yes.
Because of knowledge from the fallen ones.
Yes.
Them teach we about secrets of heaven, heavenly secrets.
The nadis and the flow of
secrets
energy.
what angels and God know.
Yes, the flow of the energy system, the nadis in, in the being, in the biological
yeah, man,
and the
and
vibratory
chi,
system.
And them, you mean, it's real, you see me?
Yes.
But the fallen one teach you about it. You see me? And the fallen, and the Most High teach you about it.
Yes.
You see me? Because we build up Fuichi energy by prayer. When we pray, that clear up with chakra.
Of course.
We go up on all we need.
Praise and worship lift up the chakra.
Yes,
Hallelujah.
Sing praises and rise the vibration of the body.
Hallelujah.
You see me?
Absolutely.
So, because we now discredit say them scientific evidence there. For sure say chakra real.
And the natural evidence is there.
You see me?
I mean, a belief system around something that you do naturally don't negate its nature, don't negate its natural function. So the nadis are real, the energy systems are real. I am alluding to functions within yoga which are correlative to demonic possession. Emptying yourself and something else enters because you are in vibrational harmony or sequence with each other. Right? Now we have people in church that are praying, and because they have opened themselves up to the wrong spirit, they are possessed. Right? So we're not saying that it only happens in the systematic expression of yoga. I'm saying yoga as how it is given in the modern is not yoga as spiritual system connected and accustomed and acclimatized to persons in their environment. You understand? We in the West are followers of Christ. It has been our spiritual and religious heritage. Before that, we were in the garden as being in the age of Satya as original beings. We needed not religion then, we did not believe systems then, because we were one with the source of being, right? So now in this age, right, we can understand through information that postmodernism, in one kind of a terminology, is drawing all these things from India, from ancient China, I should say from ancient India, because India is different, Ancient India is different from now. So it's not even now, from ancient India. So let me just clear that up. Pulling stuff from ancient India. So the Swedish can explain why you're saying it that way. Why am I saying it that way? Because a lot of it isn't explicable. The people now trying to curry favor these ideologies, these spiritual information, never lived in these times of these masters. We're not initiates, Sakra Baba, of any of these masters. Neither have they followed in any sacred tradition of these masters to come and talk about where they are coming from. So it is watered down, curry favored to fit this cultural narrative of gurus, swamis and sages having the mystic information of the yogis. You understand?
Yeah, man.
So that's what a lot of the people in the West have inherited, thinking it is something deep and authentic. Because you feel good when you stretch and release the knots and the nadis, and the energy can flow. That's harmony. God made us that way, naturally. We didn't have to know of its function or build a philosophy or a belief system around it for it to be real. Hallelujah. It was real first.
And you have this little thing saying that Seala did yoga as well. You know? But him never yet promoted, not once before. You see me? Him never yet promote yoga. But
I've never heard that.
He might know of certain positions for raise him state of being. You see me? Like example, like when I hold him hand and thing, you know?
The mudras.
So, but Selassie never say in order to be a successful person or whatever, you know? Or to be at one with yourself, you must do yoga.
True.
Selassie never yet speak of yoga. He always speak of reading the Bible and worship Jesus Christus. You see me?
Yes.
Yes, I.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Yeshua Mashiach.
Yes, I.
Titles are there to represent the status, the event, the experience, and the being in the event and the experience. So we know what a man's heart speaks through his actions is clear. People can interpret it, Brother Singh, and say other things. I'm not going there. I never heard a man speak about it or read of him speaking about it. Someone can observe and use posture to postulate. But as I said, the natural function that the gift of God subsisted before an ideology around its function and its use. So, to be healthy, to be strong, to have your energy circulating in your body, as we would like to say, pray, educate yourself, eat well, and yes, get your light exercise and your light stretches. But here's my thing about it. Never go to a contrived idea of it. I let the breath lead me.
Exactly. Because your body know where you need to stretch and you need to breathe in that air and push and stretch that area, you know?
Exactly.
The body tell you what you need. You just have to just focus through yoga now, you know? Focus on what your body need.
Yes.
And move towards that point and release it. You see me?
Yes.
Just stretch it out. Stretch it out and feel good.
Yes.
Because you don't know the dog. Sometimes you see the dog wake up and you see him stretch, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why yoga, you have in a yoga named downward facing dog.
Yes, forward facing.
You see me? We are not dogs.
Yes.
We are humans.
Yeah.
Why we're going to observe the dog and stretch like the dog?
That's why I said to you, when you're acting like a dog, what do? You go down on all fours. Right? So the thing is that they call that animist yoga.
True.
People do not know that there is different avenues of yoga. There's Hatha yoga. I'm just mentioning that vaguely because I do not want to make this about my knowledge and the lack thereof, because these people are going to attack me. I know them. So anyway, I'm just saying that the energy systems in the being is real. Religious and spiritual approaches to those systems and their uses are also real and has been here for thousands of years. However, we are speaking under the domain of Yeshua and Mashiach, under the spirituality of Jesus Christus, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, which is the truth and the light, which is imbuing that light in us to have sound mind, body, and function. Breathe, eat, sleep, drink, and be happy, for the spirit of life, the indwelling spirit, is alive in you. This is true yoga. I don't know anything else. That's true yoga. So when you need to take a light jog, take a light jog. But don't go contorting yourself into a Rubik's Cube. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, slow, deep breaths, you know? Because we learn that, and that is good for your body. You know, it's good for your mind, you know? Slow, deep, steady breaths, you know? Full breaths. Use up the lungs, you know? You know?
It's a life force. The spirit of the Most High manifesting as the prana, the active principle of the pneumatics, which causes your being to be animated, and the 16 pints of air pressure while you're lying down, the 8 points while you're standing up, and the 4 points while you're sitting down. It's just the way in which the energy flow in the body. It's literally a pneumatic system. So it's air coupled with liquid. Air and blood
True.
pumps the biological organism.
Yes, sir.
A pneumatic system. Pneuma means spirit. A spiritu is spirituality. It's the breath. The breath is what God breathed into the nostrils of man, making you a living soul. So it's a prana. So the circulation of energy through your biological system is through, hallelujah, your breathing. Upon breathing, eating and thinking well, you achieve the pranic state of what we call enlightenment. Because all is in order. The nadis are functioning right? And the chakrams, according to how some people call it, right? The chakras, because I keep saying nadis and I guess some people don't know the word, right? Yogis know the word. The chakras, right? They circulate open and circulate shut. They circulate energy into the body and they cut off the circulation of energy into the body. So sometimes our nadis are turning in different directions based upon the thinking we hold, the beliefs and the behaviors and the attitudes, so we're not healthy. So our nadis are closing up. So mind, body and spirit cannot be harmonized in a living being. Things are out of sync, right? And so perfect harmonization should be what I think, I pray thee, again I say, the yogi is. And the yogi, the actual enlightened, the divine, yeah, if ever there is a yogi, is Yeshua, Mashiach, the source of all light, all being, all things. And so yoga to I and I, and you are saying that we love, you know, I have all the things to say, is to serve the Most High God with all thy heart, resonate the chakra of love unconditionally, truth, and be at peace with the awesomeness of the experience. What else could we ask for? So until next time, this has been the Great Owl, Jerome Sage Butler, right here, Reasonings of the Tree of Life on Seala Media with Brother Ramon Singh. Just reminding you, be very, very careful within these movements in the New Age, yoga and otherwise and such, because you are a gift. Before you could codify yourself as anything, you're a gift of the living God. Remember to express that gift. Be that gift you are. For the greatest gift is given freely. So love that gift. Love yourself. Blessings and honor. Perfect love.
Perfect love.
Perfect love.